Alright, YouTube land, we're back with another video. Today we've got a full system here, or a match system. I don't know what he actually is going to use with it, but for Mr. Joey Johnson, we've got a HG 2879 1x4. It's actually one Toshiba 2290 that he supplied that he wanted in the drive section. And it's by stamp, 4 HGs. We're basically going to show it here. Now the radio's been tuned clean. And he wanted to know where to run this for the cleanest setup. So Joey's not is one of my better customers. He's not one of those that he don't give a damn if it's doing balls to the wall, maximum watts. I like customers like Joey. He runs his stuff clean. He understands you have to double your power 2 times to make 1 S unit, and there's no difference. And he also understands that a 5-pill box, or even he would never want a 2x4, but a 5-pill or 4-pill amplifier is not a 1,000 watt amplifier. Just because it shows something on a meter doesn't mean that's what you're getting. That's why we use spectrum analyzers and all kinds of good stuff. So we're just going to click this on real quick and show you under modulation. We're tied in here to his radio, throwing a tone out of the Marconi here, directly 1 kilohertz tone. And we're just going to turn everything on here. Now I've already talked to Joey, anywhere between 12 to about right here, Joey, is where you're going to want to run that variable on the box. Mainly because the amplifier is very efficient, and well, with a 2-watt dead key, this thing will dead key 500 watts. So we turned this down basically because Joey does not want this radio turned way down low. So then we just use the variable on the box, which we use heavy duty components, and we have a 5 ohm resistor. So a 5 watt going to ground in here so it doesn't burn anything up. But as always with these variables, you never want to turn them while you're keyed. If you need to turn this down to run a higher powered radio, or a radio that you don't have turned down to a low dead key, or a radio that don't have a variable control, well, then you key up, you see your dead key, you turn it down. Or basically the way I recommend doing is turning this all the way down, keying your radio, see where it's at, and then unkey, bring it up, key back up, see where it's at, unkey, bring it up, unkey, and turn it some more, about right there is where it's going to line up for this. So, like I say, where it lines up perfect. So anyway, as you can see here on the spectrum analyzer, we're on a 100 megahertz span, and we've got your, I had to unkey because I want to show you, we've got our center, which we're producing a lot of power, a little over 500 watts PEP, so that's why this is off the scale. And we're kind of zoomed in to show you the ratio between that and your second harmonic at 54 megahertz. Now, all this is being generated by this radio. You put a different radio in line, you will see something different, because when the amplifier is biased, it faithfully reproduces the signal that is inputted. So you put dirty into one of these, you get dirty out. Now, the radio by itself is not bad at all. That's the radio by itself, okay? Just a little bitty spike, not much at all, okay? So that's the way that works. And so the way you are right there, Joey's super clean, super duper clean. And we can turn this back on. Automatic sideband also. And you're doing a hair over, you're doing about 550. Okay, so we're back, and we're going to kick that, we got kicked off there by a phone call. So anyway, as I was saying, you're going to do about 500 watts. And we're clear, like I say. Looks good all the way around. So what we're going to do now, getting that phone call got me off my train of thought. So anyway, to run clean everything, Joe, you're going to put that right there. That'll have your dead key at about 150 watts or so, and that'll keep you at where you need to be. So we're going to put a mic on this. We're going to show it with a mic on. And under voice, it may do a little bit more, or show a little bit more on the meter. But, the thing about a biased amplifier like this is you're going to get, let me pause just for a second to put that mic in. Hold on just a second. Okay, we got the mic in. The thing about a biased amplifier, as I was saying, is you get in what you get out. So what we're showing you on the spectrum analyzer could change if we hooked up a dirty radio. Because when you bias an amplifier, basically, like on a Class C, when the amplifier is cut off, which it is over 50% of the time, the amplifier is cut completely off. So what you have is a lot of distortion. Distortion meaning things you really can't see. You can't really hear it maybe, but you can definitely see it on an oscilloscope and on a spectrum analyzer. When you bias an amplifier, more of the wave cycle, depending on where you're at, B, A, B, or whatever, is reproduced. The amplifier spends more time turned on. So it's conducting, so it's you know, more, it's going to reproduce the signal so that's being put into it. So if you put a dirtier radio into this, you're going to get dirtier out. That's just the way it works. Just because it's biased, I want to explain, people always think that they want a biased amp because they say the biased amp cleans the signal up. Not necessarily. I mean, yes, there's going to be less distortion. What it's doing is it's reproducing the signal, more accurately reproducing the signal that's input to it. So if that makes sense to you guys. Class C is not an accurate reproduction. Class B and AB would be more accurate. Class A would be a pure signal. You know, we don't usually run Class A because of the heat that it causes and stuff. We do the CB market, we do Class B or AB, and which is fine, which works great and makes them, you know, real good, especially on sideband, and that's where the distortion comes to play a lot of times. So anyway, not to get any more long-winded, but we'll just show it. Hello, audio. So we're doing a little bit more under voice, about 600 watts. Is this box capable of doing more? Yes. Of course, we've got it patted down with the this turned down, but that's to set this up on AM. Now, on sideband, we're not going to show a whole lot more on sideband. Hello, almost 700, so you know, give or take, but it's a clean signal. Now Joey, if you don't want to do that, you can turn this down and you can run it like that. Hello, it's not going to make much difference all the way down. It will on AM, but not much on sideband. So anyway, there you go, all the way up. Just do not turn this all the way up, you know, with this radio. If you got a radio with a variable key, you can turn it down, you can set your dead key however you want. And never turn this variable. I tell people all the time, do not turn the variable while you're keyed up. This is heavy duty. We're good for about 10 watts in this circuit because I use heavy duty 5-watt resistors. But do not turn this while you're keyed up. You could burn it out. So that's the main thing. So, alright, so we're back real quick and got kicked off, getting lots of phone calls. As I was saying, don't turn this unless you know, may short it out. So I'm trying to remember exactly where I was. So I hate it when the phone call comes on. I'm using the phone to film this, so when a phone call comes in, it pauses and cuts me off. So anyway, well Joey, that concludes your build. We greatly appreciate it, you know. And anybody out there, you need anything, we're full service shop as always. Amps, radios, power supplies, we do everything, custom builds, you know. We are limiting on some repairs, what we're taking in on some repairs. So best thing on that to know if we're taking in your radio or not, if we're would accept the job, is just go to, you know, the website, contact us, www.442built.com. It's down there in the description. Use the contact tab, call us, email us, send us smoke signals, whatever, and we'll you know, describe what your radio's doing to me, and we'll just play it by ear. You know, if it's not oscillating, got PLL problems, major problems, I'm not accepting those at this time. But like I say, it's a case-by-case basis, so contact me. Also, I'm not accepting, I have to cut it off. We can't do everything. I'm not doing any antique radio restorations. I mean, we'll do Cobras like 1000s and 2000s and Cobra radios. You know, anything that was built, say, from 90 forward, but we're not taking any major antique radios or anything like that. No Trams or Eagles or nothing like that. Anything that's, we just don't have time for that right now. Well, I'm literally, you know, working 14 hours a day plus, and you know, you got to find a time when you just say enough's enough, and you can't do everything. You just simply can't do everything, and we're at that point. So we got to pick a point where we say, yeah, we're full service, but there's a few things we just can't do right now. So we've got the truck build going, and got a lot of cool stuff going on that a lot of people have showed interest in, and so, you know, we're headed in that direction, and so that's what we got going on. We appreciate the support, guys. Y'all have a good one. Be safe, be careful, and be kind. I got to get out of here. I got so much to do, and little time to get it done in, and the boxes are just piling up at the front of the store here, and we, you know, appreciate the support. People always ask me, though, real quick, yes, we sell new radios, all makes and brands. We can do you a custom build, whatever you need. New radios are 48 to 72 hour turnaround from the time you order, from the time it ships. That has always been like that. It will never change. And we do lots of new radios. I showed y'all a stack on Facebook the other day. But new radio orders, even Cobra 25 and 29 comp builds, new radios, or, you know, any kind of radio, all makes and brands, are 48 to 72 hour turnaround. So anyway, y'all have a good one. Be safe, be careful, be kind. I got to get out of here. Bye. Bum bum.